Hi guys, I'm Marcello, welcome to a new gameplay video. Today we take a look at Dead Age 2, a survival RPG developed by Silent Dreams and published by Headup. Never played the first chapter, I have to admit that, but this one looks very promising. The developers sent me a key for this early access version. Let's start. With the character creation. Okay, Jack's camp. You have 3 medals available for upgrades. No factions. We can unlock later. Upgrades. Here we are. Melee combat, range combat, medical, and technical. Let's take all to. Let's try with the melee. We used all the medals available. Yes. And let's go for a normal difficulty. Let's start. Blunt weapons, bladed weapons. Hunting. Traps. Weaken melee attackers. Can summon animals. Traps are weak. Targets with high resistance traps are weak. Bladed weapons, blunt weapons, pistol, shotgun. Let's go for a pistol. Alertness increases job rank of guard and chance of successfully defending against attack and burglarious. Raises the gardener's job rank, increased chance of success in lockpick events. Biology, handiwork, survival. Let's go for survival. That suits best with hunting. Accept. Starting game with your selecting technique. Yes. Let's go. As I said, this is an early version. Expect a lot of improvement. Years ago, the zombification began. The outbreak resulted in pure chaos and billions of deaths. It was the largest catastrophe ever experienced by humanity. A small group of survivors eventually discovered the cure, and with it came a small measure of relief for the decimated world population. Several factions emerged in the former United States. None of them trusted one another. The largest territory was claimed by the former US Army, and they were the best equipped. Smugglers established bases deep in the forest and mountains. The few human independents attempted to build places of refuge for unaffiliated civilians, but they failed. Then they returned after just a few short years. Hordes swept the world like a plough renewed, washing over the farmland and refugee camp, leaving only ash and rubble in the wake. Let's go. Country road. You're Jason. Feeling heavy under intense heat, you cross a country road. You have received a radio message from Jack. He intends to establish a new safe camp for survivors of a recent attack. Just once I'd like to get anywhere without running into those damn monsters. Not today, I guess. Sorry, my phone. The creeper crawler isn't very quick nevertheless. Jason begins to frantically pull at pockets inventory. Weapons and clothing may have up to 3 modifications, depending on quality. Symbols beneath the weapon represent those modifications. To get more information, hover your cursor over the attributes on the left side of the chapter. Equip the weapon and then return to combat. Okay, let's equip the kitchen knife and the pistol. Let's go off. Equipping an item during combat uses an action point. Thankfully, your survivors are quick and have 2 action points. You are able to perform another action. Choose ranged combat, each weapon type, and those its own abilities. once equipped. Your perception increases ranged damage. Attribute values are displayed directly below your characters. More information about the skill is displayed at the bottom right. The icon tells you the cost in AP and ammunition required. Okay. Pistol, attack, crawler. Defeat enemies. Here you can see information about lootable items by moving the cursor over them and place them in your inventory individually. Should no individual item be selected, all items will be looted at once. They can be managed or kept in your inventory with the right button. Okay. Clothing reduces damage inflicted upon you by physical attack. What we have here, we have the health points, experience point, melee damage, ranged damage, constitution. Increased constitution results in a greater health pool for a combatant. Strength allow a combatant to attack more efficiently with melee weapon, dealing more damage. Perception, increased damage when using pistols. Then we have power. Increased power results in more effective damage done by poison, splinter, and fire damage. Defense, reduced damage taken by melee. Resistance, reduced damage taken by fire, blood, poison, and psych. Critical hits, increases the damage of an attack, and chance to block. Okay, all clear, let's leave. I love the animation on the background here. Give a lot of depth. A few more on that, shuffle about. Your weapon is already equipped, giving you enough time to shoot before the slowing down. Pistol, attack. Select the zombie to see the chance to hit and getting critical hit displayed. We have a 65% hit chance. Gaze it. A grazing shot only results in half the normal damage. Cause no status change effect, it does not increase adrenaline. You may increase your chance to hit by using skill or advanced closer. Damn it, I'm out of ammo, let's hope the dagger will do the trick. Your opponent are too far away for melee, you could rush forward, but that would exhaust your OP. Use focus and wait for them to come closer. This will award you an additional action point. Okay. Thanks to focus, you now have 3 AP. You could attack 3 times. Later, multiple AP can be used to activate more powerful skill. First, you must closer only characters in the front. First, you must move closer. Only characters in the front can use melee attack moving forward. Switch roll. Okay. Have a simple range and melee attack raises character adrenaline. You can now execute 2 simple attacks, but your current adrenaline levels allows you to unleash a stronger adrenaline skill, resulting in greater damage output. Remember in the future to raise adrenaline using simple ranged and melee attack. Here we can see if we are near to the enemy. Blade thrust. Okay. We get a critical hit. Ouch, that hurt. Critical hits increase outgoing damage by 50%. Blade, attack, bit of armor. We're almost there. Your energy is below 30%, making you vulnerable. Be wary. Zombies may infect you using special skills, which will also reduce your strength. Defense reduces chance of infection. You have 2 AP left, enough for 2 simple attacks. It's a close one because your vulnerability reduces your damage output. Look out, melee attacks may be blocked, resulting in half of damage output. The block and critical hit chance of your opponent is displayed to the upper right. The zombie survives your attack and could now infect you. Choose your defensive ability to guard against the infection. Attack. Always remember infectious attack. Always remember to protect yourself. Once in place, an infection is difficult to get rid of. Okay, We must defensive stance. Here we are. Defense absorbed. You can perform 2 attacks again. Can you kill it? Directly below you is a display of the damage you will do. The numbers are red and currently lowered because you are vulnerable. Your opponent's armor value will be calculated against your damage to yield the final value. We deal 65, 67 damage against a 44. No, against a 20 defense here. You'll be able to defeat your opponent as the final damage value after armor will fall below 0. In close call situations, keep an eye on the numbers below your character to better avoid fatal mistakes. Okay. You barely survived, but you're alive, and with a long way ahead of you, suddenly a morning heralds more zombies. The sound grows louder as an enormous horde comes shuffling onto the road. Your heart in your throat. You crouch low into the bushes. A horde is a vast cluster of zombies. They appear to be moving toward the position of Jack's camp. You have just a few days to prepare the location for defense. You struggle not to lose all hope at the sight of the sea of shuffling dead. The world of that age has become even more unforgiving. You have to warn Jack, and fast. Meanwhile, it seems just a short while ago that you and your best friend Steven withstood the rise of the apocalypse. You had barricaded yourself into a home. You endured the scream of a dwindling population and moans of the infected, all the while scavenging for food and materials. Years of experience has taught you to plan ahead. You have also met other veterans of the apocalypse and found that there is safety in numbers. Jack, is that you? Steven, is everything okay? You look terrible. What took you? I was starting to worry the next time I saw you. I'd have to fend you off with a bat. Believe me, I don't want to have to be the one to put you down. Steven appears relieved. Jack was known as a hero of the New World. After all, it was he who found a way to put the virus in check. At least for a time. He had been a big help to you and Steven in the following years, living together in a camp of independence. Steven was always welcome with the independents. They made him feel at home. The mutation of my old infection is progressing very slowly. I'm doing well, given the circumstances. There are a lot of crown in the sky. We should go. Are you coming from Independence? Let's see what happened. Sure thing. I just got back from Freedom City East. You remember it, right? You had some kind of disagreement with Independence there. Look, I was sorry to hear that your infection is incurable, but I hear you've still got some years left in you. Say, have you seen Jason? He made it out in time, but I have no idea where is he right now. Where is right now? Come on, the way to camp is dangerous. Stay focused. 30 minutes pass as you pick your way carefully along winding dirty path. The display to the upper left show how much time remains. Once it expires, your group will be automatically returned to base. Day 1. Okay. We need to go here. Yes. Country road. Icons on the map let you see what you are most likely to find in an area. In this case, the thing is water. That is inconvenient. Here is a medkit. While I'm fighting up front, you are safe from close range attack. Steven, stay back and heal yourself. By default, survivors go first. The survivor front and center makes the first move. Front row survivors can protect allies standing behind them in a ranged attack row. In this way, Jack will be the sole target of all incoming melee attacks, giving Steven time to tend to his injuries. Medicine. Treating wounds quickly is crucial in that age too. You will have to do so often. Select the healing item now. Rifle attack. What we want to attack? This crawler. The enemy has some new tricks up its sleeve. Whenever it or any of his undead companions attack, its damage increases. Rifle. When you select an opponent, its current status effects are displayed beside it. You can view additional information about this skill on the bottom right. Brutal attack deals 120% damage, cripple deals 80% damage and causes cripplet. Level up, I feel stronger. You receive the level up. With a little luck, you may sometimes rise 4 attributes. If you have the status effect motivated, that upgrade is guaranteed. This, however, will only happen in special circumstances, caused by special story or romantic events. How's Trish doing? Does she still manage that bar? I could go for a cold drink right about now. It so happens that she is expecting us. Our new camp is a large old house that we've outfitted with some new furniture. Trish has been a big help. There are still a few monkers and I'm out of ammunition, Jack. Well then, hit them with something. I'll cover you. We have different close range weapons. This is a teachable moment. Which of us do you think will be more effective against zombies in thin clothing? I have no idea, man. Blunt weapon? You did more damage than I did. That's because your target is armored. Bladed weapons are great against light protection. My double strike is more effective there. Against thicker armor, one single focused hit is more likely to do the trick. Okay, because your target is armored. Blunt. Let's take care of this next one. You can see it's carrying something heavy. We are not doing enough damage to this one. Those are armored undead soldiers. You may have noticed that close range attacks are pretty much useless against that kind of protection. This is why it's important to have a group with diverse skills. You can't expect to live long if you can't adapt. You level up and are able to learn new skills. Go to your inventory and switch to the skill tab. A survivor must learn varying kinds of skills to make it out there. For starters, learn the Molotov cocktail skill. Here. Engineer. Confirm. Before you can select the skill, you need to be in the ranged attack row. Ranged attacks require a certain distance. Switch. You'll notice a symbol for armor attached to the undead soldier. Health bar when you target it. Use your Molotov cocktail, it will do 5 damage over time and destroy that armor. The skill description displays the distance needed dynamically. In this case, you can see in the bottom left that you need more distance to use the skill. Okay. Okay, we lowered the armor. Cool. We are almost there. Jack's camp. Wow. We finally made it. Good to see you again, Steven. Your best friend Jason should be here soon. We'll deal with the smugglers then. Go ahead and make yourself useful until then. Meet me at the bar when you're ready. You should also know how to use the radio, and we need to manage camp defense as well. We want our meeting with the smugglers to be secure. When in base, you can navigate between rooms. Let's start by choosing the bar. Perform a scout job. Build defense to rank 1. Let's go. Wow, cool. Cantina. Hang on, you're negotiating with the smugglers? Don't tell me this camp joined a faction. No, we're working alone. The independents are alright, but their leaders can't agree on anything. The US Army is very authoritative, so we tend to avoid them. That leaves the smugglers. Currently, our reputation with all three factions is neutral, but I'd like to change that and improve our standing with one of them. That will encourage them to sell us better armor, and we might be able to deal with their leaders directly. You have 3 quests available. Let's start with crafting for beginners. Crafting for beginners. Since you've run out of assault rifle ammunition, let me suggest that you craft some more. In order to craft anything, you need to first learn how. To learn the trade blacksmithing, first choose the skill. Let's go to the skill. Here you'll find more skill categories. Next to combat skill, you may also learn trade skill or jobs, which are also very important for your survival. We have the jobs. Unlock hunters and smith jobs. A smith can produce quality ammunition until rank 1 available. Okay. Confirm. Trish, I don't want to be an inconvenience, but I really have no idea what all I can do here. Let's go over to the forge. Any base worth its salt as one. But in order to make better ammunition, we'll have to upgrade it at some point. For now, let's just make some standard assault rifle ammunition. I have some materials you can use. Crafting an item requires raw materials and scrap, as well as additional components depending on the crafting recipes. In this case, for shell casings, which I just gave you, all of these objects can be found in the surrounding area. Gather them when you can. We'd hate for the camp to run out. You need a lot of materials to make all the ammo you need. Upgrading this room later will enable you to craft higher quality ammunition. Starting at rank 3, you can ask an additional survivor to help you craft more and faster. I'll see you again later tonight. Let's prepare rifle ammo. Night 1. Good, you made some ammo. Always remember to make enough. Ranged weapons are usually much more effective than melee. We're not going out there in the evening, right? The shufflers outnumber us 4 to 1 when it gets dark. It really is dangerous after dark unless you have something more pressing to do. Your time is better spent doing jobs around camp. I think it's time you learn more about gathering resources. Let's head to the comm room when your resources run dry. Comms is your only hope. In comms you can make radio contact with scouts, but only in areas you already know. It is impossible to revisit the location you've been before unless you do it through comms. Using scouts costs a few bucks, but it's worth it. Pick something you want to particularly look for. in our case. We need more water. 3 locations will become available, most of which will contain water, while other spots will contain random locations discovered by your scout. Since there is nothing left to do, let's rest until tomorrow. Good night. Steven, since all we did last night was job around camp, we are lowered on resources. Jack and I can take care of ourselves, but every active member of camp will consume 1 unit of food per day. Always keep an eye on those. You don't want to run out. Hey Steven, good work with the radio. The scout discovered an interesting new spot in the area we just passed through. There's water there. In this way you can keep a close eye on the camp's needs. Okay, I get that the radio is important to uncover new resources in all locations. The scout has also found an old junkyard. That's probably a good place for scrap and materials. Exactly right. You can seek out this new location in the coming days. Now it's time to worry about our food situation. We are starting to run low. To find new resources spots, we need to explore new locations. Our first stop is a place a bit more dangerous than the dirty road outside of Jack's camp. A place east of here called Forest Grave. We get a new level up. I feel stronger. By the way, it's important to always keep an eye on how much water is being used. Water is rationed for the first 4 hours. Every member of the party drinks 1 unit, so the 2 of us have gone through 2 liters. Always account for how much water scavenging parties will use up. Without water, people will start to dehydrate and lose health every half day. Believe me, that is something you want to avoid. Encounter. You could be attacked by attacker traveling between resources spot. The number of attackers depend on the threat level of the area. The threat level here is currently ranked as low, so you shouldn't run into too much trouble. Forest Grave, however, is a deal more dangerous. These bony rangers are as fast as living humans. As you may have seen, they are harder to hit from afar and resistant to Molotov cocktails. We should focus on hitting them from up close. Oh, and take special care with this one. He looks like he's got a few fights behind him already. The particles mark the ranger as an elite unit. It is more dangerous than a normal ranger and will also yield greater rewards if defeated. Alright, moving closer, wish me luck. Blunt weapon, attack. Charging attack. Look out, the Ranger is charging up for some larger attack. We only have a moment to react. You should take a defensive stance, better safe than sorry. Defensive. You see damage to the rain was partially deflected. The beast behind the Ranger is preparing to launch a Psych attack. Fireblood, Poison and Psych cause power damage. The Hunter's skill's combat readiness can be raised to protect against power attack. Fortunately, you don't have that particular skill. Your only option is to take out that Ranger. The Ranger is unsteady on his feet after that attack. Time for some payback. Dear God, what a deafeningly horrible noise. I can't stand it. Fed by fear, you will have no choice but to retreat to the back. If there is room, you'll have to endure the fear and hold on for 1 round. You need a moment to pause and recover, no problem. Use the opportunity and take out that other Ranger. You can dispatch the Screamer with your assault rifle. She's easier to hit than the Ranger. The shuffler here are tough. Wow, we found some armor-piercing bullets. I'm taking this. Every type of area, like city, woods, mountains, desert or plain, has its own resources. We'll very likely find something to eat here in the woods. Hunting grounds. I've healed you completely. Good thing too, since these wild aren't exactly safe. There have always been wild animals, but in recent years they've gone positively feral. In fact, you find an opportunity to restock your ration almost immediately. Every survivor requires 1 unit of food per day and night, sometimes more if jobs are being performed. You come upon a part of the forest overgrown with berry bushes. Time to load up. Look out, Steven. Picking berries may seem like a small feat, but there is always a chance of being discovered. Gather berries. Jack moves over to the bushes and starts to pluck berries from them. Ambushes. A pack of wolves. Hey, we are fighting here. Steven, I need a little time to grab these berries. Hold them off, and I'll join you as soon as I can. How the hell am I supposed to hold off a pack of wolves by myself? Assault rifles and shotguns have attacks that damage a wide area, but more on that later. Take out the Alpha first of all. The Alpha wolf has a tough hide, rendering your assault rifle less than effective against it. Be sure to load armor-piercing ammo. These bullets break down the defensive layer by using power damage in the same way Molotov cocktails do. Wolves have a little resistance to this kind of attack. Ammunition, armor-piercing. Alpha wolf. What the hell was that? The Alpha appears to be much smarter than the other. The Alpha has made the whole pack stronger. You should defend now that they are attacking more forcefully. Defensive stance. Holy crap, that was a close one. Okay, time for an area attack. Let's see the burning salvo. Great. You can trade those clothes to a vendor for cash later. They're into trophy. Jack. Great. Thanks, Jack, for the help. If you are injured, you can always turn back earlier. Let's go. Are you sure you want to return to base? This will end the day, yes. Camp members are healed every morning and evening. How effective this healing it depends on the state of our beds currently. Our beds are rank 1 and have a heal rate of 50%. I needed a break after what we went through with those wolves. I feel better already. You weren't kidding about how dangerous those woods are. The meeting with the smuggler is tomorrow evening. I don't know how trustworthy they are, so we should bolster our camp defenses. There are some rooms we need to set up first. Come on. The camp could be attacked at any time by zombie orders or hostile humans. Some may even try to break in secret. This is why camp defense is so important. We have the room rank 1. Day 3, camp defense. Good work, Steven. Now we can focus on the negotiation. The smugglers are demanding protection money, but we are pushing for an alliance. Let's see what they have to say. Good morning, folks. It looks like you're standing with the smugglers just isn't good enough. Our boss Jimmy has decided to turn down your ambitious offer if you don't want to pay the protection fee. Our orders are to tear this place apart. Nothing personal, Jack. Sometimes the story will present you with choices to be made. Your decision will have resulting consequences that don't always become apparent immediately. Choose wisely. Pay the fee? Or we should fight? Maybe pay the fee? I'll pass the message along to Jimmy. You made the right choice. However, I mainly come here expecting a fight. I think I'll let them release some of that frustration on you. Consider it a light warning of what's to come if you think you might be able to take us on. I, on the other hand, will be on my way. Have fun. What a son of a... Camp defense can be managed by no more than 2 people, and no close combat is possible while barricade... We are finishing without ammunition? You're right, and mortar cocktails if the attackers are armored. We need to stop those close-range fighters from trashing the barricade. Destroy barricade. The upside is now we can go close combat as well. Get up there, but focus first. So the strongest attack in that age, so 3 action points are required. You could even spend up to 4 up to combine strong attacks. Now focus. Now, show those attackers what you're made of. Great, you hit him so hard he collided with these 2 cohorts. That ought to teach those ruffians a lesson. Some shotgun engineer and melee skill can probably target backward. If someone is already behind them, they will collide. You can also prevent... Okay. My shotgun is more useful at short range than your assault rifle, which needs more distance. Have a look at my special skill. Perfect. Now you'll learn something else important, namely combination attacks. While I've managed to knock a few opponents to the ground, you should use their state against them. Time to use your own skill, since I can't. Ground assault. See the guy in the back? He's getting ready to launch a strong attack. You should go into a defensive stance. Observe the benefit of defense. Good thing, I have another medkit on me. Be more careful. We made it, Jack. I think we're going to do great things. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to kick things into here. Tomorrow, Jason will finally get here. It'll be just like old times. I wasn't far away in that night. My best friend Steven was almost in reach. I wish I hadn't learned. He broke into the storeroom and fled with anything he could carry, which was pretty much everything the camp had. Steven had apparently made a secret deal with Kira. Steven has disappeared, a traitor after all we've been through. Your first round, road like RPG slang first attempt, will be tough. Resources are scarce, the undead greatly outnumber you, and you can trust no one. You must struggle to survive in this world and begin a new run if you fail to do so. Many locations on the map are generated at random, and the survivors you met at the beginning may differ playing that H2 multiple times will unlock new endings and helpful upgrades for the current run, as well as newly available quests. As you finally arrive, you find Jack and Trish devastated. Trish trying to suppress her anger. It's good to see you, Jason. We need to rebuild and fortify the camp quickly. I never thought Steven would sink so low. Here. He left a letter on his bunk. I left it for you to read. I can't imagine how they could have gotten to Steven, but we can't think about that now. We have bigger problems. A massive horde is on its way here. We only have a few days. That's the last thing we need. I hope you're aware of our predicament. The smuggler have made off with nearly all of our resources. If you don't do something fast, people will start starving. Jack has another job for you. We found survivors from the refugee camp. The horde is still out there. It's absolute chaos. What a shitty day. Glad you're finally here, Jason. After what Steven pulled, we need supplies more than ever. I need you in Freedom City East. Get your shopping bag, however. Here is the rest of our medkits. We have a lot of quests here. Sarah friends, speak with Sarah at the cantina. Okay guys, my gameplay first look ends here, just to give you and give me a panoramic of the game. I think there's a lot to do and a lot to learn. First of all, the game is very promising. I will play it for sure and go deeper in the game. Let me know what you think about, your impressions in the comments. And if you like the video and want to support, please share and subscribe. Ciao!